Good morning, and welcome to the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living meditation portion of our service today. I'm Reverend Lesley, and I invite you to take an inward journey with me this morning. Let's close our eyes and just breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Just relaxing and settling into your chair or wherever you are this morning as we come together in sacred community, knowing that as we move our awareness to the inner, allowing the outer to fade away for the next several minutes. Just relaxing. Feel the support of your body. Just allowing your breath in and out. I invite you to move your awareness to your big toe on your left foot. Just notice it and see and notice the sensation of your toe. And can you feel your toenail on your toe? Just allowing your awareness to focus on that toe. And now, move your awareness to the space between your big toe and the next toe on your left foot. Can you feel that space. And how about your ankle bone on your left foot? Can you feel it? Is it touching your sock or your slipper? Just notice the bone. Just allowing yourself to move from your head fully into your body. Move your awareness over to your right knee. And just notice the sensation. Is it bent? Is it stretched out? Just allowing your awareness to drift over your knee, surrounding your knee. And now we're going to go for a walk. And see yourself in the meadow. It's a lot warmer in your meadow than it is outside in Calgary right now. It's a glorious day. The sun is warm. Oh, there's a beautiful fragrance in the air. Slight breeze. It's warm. And you can see the wispy clouds in the sky. And there's activity, life around you. Birds, insects. Just feel that. Just stand in that meadow, feet planted firmly on the ground. Just allow that life force to flow up your legs, through your torso, through your head and your arms and out your hands. Oh yes, there's a deliciousness about standing in this meadow, activating that life force, that divine energy in, around, and through you. And now I invite you to walk a little ways along the meadow. And up ahead, you see someone. Just allow that person or thing or animal, whatever it is, to come into focus. Just allowing yourself to move forward and to be with that entity. And you realize that this is your spirit guide. It's really just your higher self in form. I invite you to sit with this being, and it may have a message for you today. So I just will invite you to sit with it in silence with yourself for the next several minutes, just communing and knowing that this is a divine interaction with your higher self. And now it's time to thank your spirit guide, your divine self, for the wisdom, for the communion of this time together. And as you stand up and begin to walk back through the meadow, just notice how you're feeling. Notice all around you the vibrancy of life bursting forth, always growing, always evolving, that cycle of life, giving and receiving, receiving and giving. There's a satisfaction in being able to feel and see and immerse ourselves in life. A simple breath, simple recognition that life is ongoing forever. The limitless possibilities enter into us as we take these moments in our inner landscape. I invite you to take a big breath in and release. Begin to move your feet and bring your awareness back to wherever you are. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you.
Okay.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? So cute. I need to get my microphone.
Amy?
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, "Are you married?" We'll say, "No, man, but you can do the job when you're in town." Later on we'll conspire while we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Here's a little song I wrote. Might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. Some Christmas times we've got some trouble. Yeah. But if you worry, you make it double. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't worry. Ooh, be happy. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a chillin', we'll frolic and play the Canadian way, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman. We'll pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the hopeless sinners knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a chillin', we'll frolic and play the Canadian way, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter.
Good morning, everybody. How are ya? Boy, if you are in Calgary, you're cold. If you're anyplace else, I don't know what you are, but we woke up to a pretty cold morning this morning, and yet we're still here, and we got a hot service in store for you. How about that? So I want to welcome everybody and introduce myself if you are new to the center. I am Pat Campbell, and I'm the spiritual director of the center. And if you've never been to a Center for Spiritual Living, a few things you need to know. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. We understand that with 8 billion souls on this planet, that's 8 billion different expressions of the divine. You know, this thing is really rocking and rolling, okay? 8 billion expressions of the divine, each one of us with an individualized spark of the divine. Each one of us is here to do what we are here to do, to express that essence of who we are as the divine and to express it fully and completely. So whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever path you're on, you're absolutely welcome here. We're so pleased that you decided to join us here on Sunday morning. We got a really fun service in store for you today, and we're going to start out because we love our music. You know we love our music. We're going to start out with what we call our Kong song, and that is Silver Bells. So if you feel like standing up and singing, do it. Otherwise, stay seated. Thank you.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasure. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene. And above all this bustle, you'll hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ring-a-ling. Hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, silver bells, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring, soon it will be Christmas Day. Woo!
Ah, so sweet. You know, I got to tell you, I was 56 years old before I understood what it meant, hear the snow crunch. Because I always lived in California, snow didn't crunch because snow didn't exist. And I realize now snow really does crunch. It's like such an eye-opener. So, so we have so many things going on in the next couple of weeks, just loving this holiday season and loving the opportunity to come together in community in the best way that we know how under these circumstances. So the first thing is today, Amy, if you may not know it, is the music director for all of Centers for Spiritual Living. So she's put together this holiday version of the Cozy Couch series. And this means you can be at home and you can listen to Amy at 5 o'clock by tuning into her Facebook page. And then at 6 o'clock, you can listen to Gary Lynn Floyd, Be Still My Heart, at 6 o'clock by listening to his page. And then Eddie Watkins Jr., who is a rock and roller, but like nice rock and roll, not like, but good rock and roll. I have no idea what I meant by that. Anyway, he'll be at 7 o'clock, and you can see him on his Facebook page. And this is all being brought to you by Centers for Spiritual Living, which is our parent organization. So that's taking place today. However, if you want to do something more in person, our sister center, shall we say, our kiss and cousin is Unity of Calgary, and they are doing an actual in-person event today. You need to register for it because, as you know, being in a group, they have limited numbers, but you can still, I think, register for it by going to unityofcalgary.org / Christmas. Get registered for that. It's going to be music. It's going to be spoken word, all that type of thing, but it's going to be more in person. You can do it either in person or online. So go to unityofcalgary.org to get more information about that. And that takes place today as well at 7 o'clock. Then on next week, on the 20th, our ministers and practitioners are going to be putting on what they are calling, I love it, the Sacred Illumination Service. And this is also taking place during during the winter solstice. So it's all going to be all about bringing in the light. And so they've got some wonderful, wonderful things in store for you. Music and message and extended music, because everybody loves music at this time of the year. So that's going to be next Sunday during our regular service, starting at 10 o'clock for the meditation and then 10:30 for the service. And we have not forgotten about the children. We really miss you guys. Miss the kids so much. Oh my gracious. Anyway, we're going to have a coloring draw on that day as well. So their instructions are in the newsletter. It's also on the web page, but I'll just run you through it. There is a really long URL link to go to find pictures for your kids to color. So choose the favorite picture, print it off, have the kids color it, and then you're going to send it to us at ccsl.discover@gmail.com at the end of day Friday, and then we're going to display them somehow next Sunday, and we're also going to do 2 draws for the kids for $25 Indigo gift card. So that's really wonderful. If you want the full information, go to the website or go to the newsletter, because that's a lot of info. But we do want to include the kids in this as well. And then on Christmas Eve, which is a Thursday, and that is normally the day of our meditation led by ministers and practitioners, and they're still going to do that. If you want to have a meditation on Christmas Eve, you are welcome to join that. And then they're going to stay on afterwards to do any spiritual mind treatment or prayer work with you if you're feeling like you'd like to go head into the holiday feeling kind of prayed up. So that's taking place on Thursday, December 24th at 7. And then on Christmas Day itself, so it turns out I'm not able to go home, home, California home, for the holidays. It just wasn't going to work out this year, so I'm going to be here. It's going to be the first time in 64 years that I haven't been with my family, and so I'm inviting you to be part of my family. No, don't come to my house. Do not come to my house. But you can join me on Zoom for a holiday version of Coffee with Dr. Pat on Christmas Day at noon, and we'll just gather together. I don't even know what we're going to do yet, but we'll do something in a sense of community, because there's going to be a lot of us who are alone and not being able to be with family. So everyone is invited to that. We'll have more information next week for that. And then finally, our World Peace Meditation. Lots of stuff happens at the end of the year. This is something that people of New Thought have been coming together since 1986 to do the World Peace Meditation. And this is where we come together at the same time every year, December 31st, not January 1st. Don't like party and then come, because it's not happening. This is the morning of December 31st of New Year's Eve at 5 a.m. Yes, that's true, 5 a.m. And we are going to, I was just told I have it as Zoom, but it's actually going to be Facebook Live. We'll have those details worked out for you, but I just want you to put that in your calendar for December 31st at 5 a.m. You're invited. We're going to be here. So and it's a really wonderful way to end, oh God, please, end this year and start a new one. Yes, I'm voting for that. Okay, that's great. Oh, and then our ongoing weekly gatherings, the Consciousness Sneakers on one day, on one day. I don't know what I meant. Monday, coffee with me, Wednesdays at noon. Thursday, meditation, Thursdays at 7. And the Saging Circle for our 60s and above, Saturdays at 10 a.m. All that information's on the website and in the newsletter. I think I'm done. I think that's all I got to tell you. So we're going to head in now to our sacred time. This is where Amy will lead us in a chant, and then Reverend Lesley will give us our spiritual mind treatment. So I invite you to go within. Go to that place of communing with the presence of the divine. Love is, I am right here, right now, right here, right now. Love is, I am. Love is, I am right here, right now, right here,
right now. Love is I am.
I know there is only one thing happening, and that one thing is God, Creator, Spirit, infinite intelligence. This power, this source, the creator of all the universes, the stars, and the grains of sand is all there is. This warm, loving presence expressing itself through me, around me, and in me. And I now know and speak my word on behalf of the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living, for all its members, for all the people that are watching us on live stream right now, for the city of Calgary, the province of Alberta, hey, what the heck, the whole universe right now. I speak my word on behalf of all of us. And here's what I know. I know that we are animated and powered by this infinite intelligence, this divine flow of energy, ceaselessly always flowing, and it comes to us in the measure that we allow it in. And so today I open up and have a stadium. I have a whole city wide, and I'm open to the flow of this intelligence, this inspiration, the grand ideas that it flows through me to me. And I act upon those ideas and those inspirations because I know that I am one with this universe, with this intelligence, that I am in unity with it, and that I know the truth of who I am, that I am power, love, harmony, unity, and most of all, I have clarity for what I want. I set my intention, I set my mental equivalent for beauty, harmony, peace, and health and wellness. I know that my body is circulating, simulating, and eliminating with perfection, that all the cells in my body are working in conscious cooperation together for optimum health and wellness. And I know this for each of us here, that we are living, breathing, knowing beings of light and love and health and wellness. That there is this power and it animates each of us in all things. And we celebrate this knowledge by setting and knowing the truth of who we are, that we are the power of the universe, and that God lives and has its way through us. And I celebrate that knowledge. I celebrate all of us in knowing that there is only good and nothing else. And this good is mine to use. There's a power in the universe, and I use it every day. I set my intention, I set my goals, I set what I want to experience, and then I release it and let it go. And right now, that's what we do. We let it go and allow it to picture into our lives in whatever way it does. And knowing this and so much more for each of us, I release, I allow this to be so, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you.
Love is I am right here, right now, right here, right now. Love is I am.
Wow, that was lovely. Thank you, Amy, for that beautiful chant, and Reverend Lesley for that transcendent spiritual mind treatment with such enthusiasm. And so, from this place of openness, when we're in person, when we're together, we do this as a community, as a congregation. And even though we are not physically together, we still do it because it anchors in who we are. So let's repeat together our vision and mission statements. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. What I am affirming and what I am knowing is that whatever this has been is simply the falling away of what no longer resonates with a higher idea of a world that works for everyone. Can you say amen with me on that one? Amen. So one of the ways we do it is through our mission statement. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness. There's that word co-creation again, and inclusive community. You are absolutely welcome here, no matter what your path is on, what your sexual identity is, what your race is, what your hair looks like, what you believe, whether you lean to the left, whether you lean to the right, stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Wherever you are welcome. We are an inclusive community. So I am super stoked. We did a little switcheroony for our music today because I wanted to make sure that this one got some airplay. It's one of my favorite Christmas songs. It happens to have been written by the person who shall be performing it. And it is also on her album called Bells, which if you have, you know is wonderful. If you have it, you can order it on iTunes, Amazon, Amazon Music, all that kind of stuff. Please welcome Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel, and our band.
Wake up, mama, wake up. Santa Claus is here. The milk and cookies are all gone, and there are presents everywhere. Yesterday I had my doubts, but today I sure believe it's a holy moly morning after a Merry Christmas Eve. Sight. Christmas came to our house after we went to bed last night. I'll never doubt again, yeah, Santa's real to me. It's a holy moly morning after a Merry Christmas Eve. Tried to stay up all night long to hear the reindeer on the roof, 'cause Jimmy said Santa wasn't real and mama, I needed proof. Might have missed those jingle bells, oh, but the proof is under the tree. It's a holy moly morning after a Merry Christmas Eve. Sight. Christmas came to our house after we went to bed last night. I'll never doubt again, yes, Santa's real to me. It's a holy moly morning after a Merry Christmas Eve. You tuck me into bed. Tell me a story about sugar plum dancing in my head. Pull up the covers. Tell me you love me and you kiss me on the cheek. Say that Santa is coming soon, so I better get some sleep. Holy moly, mama, say. Christmas came to our house after we went to bed last night. I'll never doubt again, no Santa's real to me. It's a holy moly morning after a Merry Christmas Eve. Oh, holy moly, after a Merry Christmas Eve. Woo!
Yeah! Holy moly, mama. Give it up for Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel. We got Steph Chapman. Luis is looking so styling. I'm loving it. And Lisa Jacobs, give it up for them. They are so awesome. They are hotties. They are hotties. We have I said it was going to be a hot morning here. Got to heat up after this cold weather. Actually, Luis, I need to tell you that is a super cool look.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And I'm not just saying that. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Would you breathe with me, please? Let's take in a breath. And release. And again. Let it go. And one more time. Take it in. I don't know about y'all, but I needed that. So thank you. I was very grateful when people breathe with me. So as I shared last week in my talk about the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, I shared that I really love Christmas music. It's something about it. I love this really sacred songs about the birth of the baby Jesus. And I love this really silly songs like Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. I love almost all of them. The exception might be the 12 Days of Christmas. Are you like me? It just like goes on and on and on. And what's being promised are like gifts that nobody can even relate to. I mean, how many Lords of Leapin' do I really need? Right? So I do have a revised version of it that is quite metaphysical. And it's also kind of fun. So I thought we would use it to kind of gear up for the holiday season. But if this is your idea of like the worst nightmare in the world, having to go over this song again, I do promise you, I think you're going to get something out of it. I think you're going to learn a little something. So are you willing to play along with me? Yes, few people we have here, and you're willing to play along with me. Okay, so let's see how this goes. On the first day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, and you need to forgive and release. I can't believe she started out with forgiveness. And you need to forgive and release. I could do an entire talk about that, and often do. It's one of the cornerstones of almost every spiritual philosophy. Incidentally, happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to everybody. It started on the 10th, and forgiveness is a big part of the Hanukkah story, and also about anything having to do with the Jewish faith. So forgiveness is one of the cornerstones of it. But what does it really mean to forgive? So the dictionary defines it as to cease to blame or hold resentment against someone or something, to grant pardon for a mistake or wrongdoing. So what happens for a lot of us is that we think somebody has hurt our feelings or something like that, and we think that if we hold on to our anger and our resentment, that we are somehow punishing the other person. But that is not the case for a couple of reasons. For one thing, if the person is really as awful as you think that they are, They're not losing any sleep over this. They don't care. Or maybe, this is hard. Maybe they just made a mistake. And if it's just a mistake, then why are we holding on to such blame? Because the truth is, every one of us have made mistakes that have hurt somebody or stepped on somebody's toes. And there are people who are holding resentments against us. The real problem with not forgiving someone is that it is very, very toxic for us. I've heard it said resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. But I don't know about the rest of you. I don't want to carry around a bunch of poisonous thoughts and feelings, not at this time of year, and especially not this year. On the second day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, love everyone. Love everyone. Those of us who are endeavoring to live a spiritual life, this one should be pretty simple. Because again, one of the basics of our teaching, the cornerstones of our teaching, is that we're all connected with one another. There's this strand of life that is going through everything and everyone. It's like a giant spider web. And so what affects one person affects all of the people. So if we are withholding our love from someone or from a group of someone's, we are affecting the collective consciousness, including the people we do love. Does that make sense? So if I'm withholding love from someone, I am also withholding it at some level to the people that I love. Ernest Holmes said this: to carry peace, love, and givingness to everyone is the meaning of Christmas. To feel that we all are part of the divine offering is to enter into the spirit of the birth of the Christ in the human mind and heart. So that means love everyone, everywhere, even them. And you know the thems I'm talking about, right? On the third day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, cast out fear. You know, we've talked a lot about fear this year. It is everywhere. There's fear of the virus. There's fear of there isn't a virus. There's fear of masks. There's fear of not wearing masks. And now there's fear of the vaccine. There's fear of the people who aren't going to take the vaccine. There's fear of the people who aren't going to take the vaccine. Then you add in all the political stuff everywhere. And what has happened is it has led us to fear one another. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to be in fear of my brothers and sisters. I want to love them like the second day of Christmas is telling us. On the fourth day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, pray every day. So this is just a kind of a contemplation for you. How might your life be different if you consciously, on purpose, with intention, spent a few focused minutes every day simply talking with the divine? Now, of course, if you wanted to do a full-blown spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, all the better. But if that's not your style, and I understand that's not for everybody, how about just a few moments of sincere communication, sincere connection with your higher self? Take that in. Because on the fifth day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, God's everywhere. Sing with me. God's everywhere. Okay, we got that one. All right. On the sixth day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, look on the bright side. I should have had you guys sing that song. Always look on the bright side. Okay, I'm going to stop that now because here's the truth. As we often discuss, we are always at choice as to which side we're going to put our focus. And one of the most fascinating things about life is we almost always find what we're looking for. So if we choose to look at what's wrong, what's bad, what's sad, then there is surely enough going on in this world to find it. Absolutely. And yet the reverse is also true. If we choose to look at what's right, what's good, what's happy, we will find that as well. So which side are you looking at? Because either way, you're going to find it. So why not look on the bright side? On the 7th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, always be thankful. So glad this is part of it. Goes along with looking on the bright side, too. Yeah. Because we can always find things to be grumpy about. Oh, yeah. We can also always find things to be thankful for. I guess the question is, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Because I'm always very honest with you all. You all know this, right? There are times when I want to be grumpy. I want to wallow in it. I want to feel sorry for myself. I'm misunderstood and nobody likes me and all that other stuff. It feels strangely good and awful all at the same time. But after a while, because I'm a normally, naturally happy person, I don't want to be there anymore. I might like it for a little bit, but I don't want to be there anymore. So what I do is I use the tools that I'm teaching you here today, the tools that you learn in our classes. I use the tools to shift my thinking, shift my behavior back to what makes me feel good. And one of the most effective and easiest ways to feel good is to be thankful. I bet you could find 3 things right now to be thankful for. Got them? Okay. On the 8th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, know you're abundant. You know, abundance is one of the buzzwords that we use in this teaching a lot. Some of our favorite classes, some of our favorite workshops, our affirmations involve abundance and prosperity. And we use those together, abundance and prosperity. But let's take a look at what the real definition of abundance is. Abundant, present in great quantity, well supplied, plentiful, abounding, and ample. Sounds a little bit like my figure now that I'm thinking. Plentiful, abounding, and ample. Who knew? So, well, obviously y'all did, but it's just coming to me now. Anyway, so if you look at these definitions, can anyone here say that they are anything but abundant? Absolutely not. But if you can't picture it, if you can't get there, let's ask a couple of questions. Oops, I don't want to go there. Okay. Did you have heat when you woke up this morning and it was a cold morning? Did you have a roof over your head? Did you have coffee and or breakfast? Do you have a vehicle or access to transit? Are you relatively healthy? Do you have skip the dishes programmed into your phone? Do you have people or animals who love you, whom you love? No, you're abundant. On the 9th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, strive to be patient. Whew. It's a good one right now, especially right now. Whew. Things are so weird. People are so nervous. People are so edgy. Have you noticed that? So one of the tools that I am using, and I use a lot, is to remind myself that divine right action is always taking place, even if I can't see it right now. In other words, if I'm in a situation that is trying my patience, and some of the things are traffic jams, I don't dig traffic jams, or the long line at the store that I always seem to choose. Okay, yeah, there's 4 lines, okay. Oh yeah, that one looks like it's moving and then it stops. Yeah, that one. So I tell myself when this happens, I tell myself that something good is still taking place right here. Maybe the traffic delay is keeping me from a worse traffic jam down the road or a potential accident. Maybe that long line, and folks, we're all going to have long lines for the next 4 weeks. We know this, right? Because of the restrictions that we have right now. But maybe, have you ever thought of it, that while you're standing in that long line, maybe you're going to see somebody that you haven't seen for a while. Don't hug them, but you can say hello. You can be happy to see them. So when we recognize that divine right action is taking place all the time, we can relax, we can be patient, we can trust, and we can enjoy the moment. On the 10th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, try meditation. Now, the word meditation strikes fear in a lot of people. They think that it's this thing, oh, I got to be all zen to do it, or they think it's mysterious, or they think that there has to be a special way to do it, and they've tried it, and because it wasn't like it was in the books and the movie, and life didn't all of a sudden get absolutely perfect, then they give up about it. But this is what I learned once at a meditation retreat. Anytime you devote time to commune with the God of your understanding, it is an effective form of meditation. So yes, it could be the formal type, sitting in a lotus position, chanting Om or a mantra, or focusing on your breathing. Wonderful, wonderful meditation techniques. Maybe it happens for you when you work out. For me, it happens when I do yoga. I love doing yoga. When I'm out walking, skiing, being in nature, and just being able to look at the view. So beautiful out right now. Maybe it's sitting and rocking a sleeping baby or petting an animal. Some of my best meditations have come with a purring cat in my lap or a snoring bulldog cuddled up to me. So don't get caught up in the form of meditation. Get caught up and enjoy spending time with your higher self. On the 11th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, help those who need it. I'm preaching to the choir with this group, whether we're in person or whether we're virtual and remote. This is a very loving and very giving community. Case in point, your response to the Secret Santa program that we kind of sprung on you at the last minute was wonderful. We had people showing with all kinds of things to give to seniors who may not have a family and may not receive any gifts. And then the Loops of Joy. If you don't know who the Loops of Joy are, it's a group of people, I was going to say women, but it's not all women, who knit or crochet or do something with yarn and things, and they knit toques. If you're from, I don't know what it's called, crocheting, knitting, I don't know. If you are not from Canada, a toque is it's a beanie. Okay, in California we call them beanies. Here they call them toques, T-O-Q-U-E. They have given away, our Loops of Joy, over 900 toques since they began 2.5 years ago. Isn't that amazing? In fact, we just received a letter this week from the Distress Center, where we send a bunch of toques for the volunteers, the people who work at the Distress Center, which is a call center for people who are calling in distress, basically. And here is a picture of the tree, and the letter said, wow, what a wonderful thing to do for our volunteers. The toques, headbands, and masks are such a thoughtful gift. We decorated the Christmas tree in the contact center and made it available to our volunteers, all the goodies you made. Please say a huge thank you to your Loops of Joy members from everyone at the Distress Center. You're wonderful. You know who you are. Rosalie and her team. So I would say that this community is the essence of help. How was it? Help those who need it. And then final, on the 12th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, do affirmations. You know, I've been in this teaching a long time, and I've heard people say that affirmations don't really work, and they're kind of like a Band-Aid. It's like, you know, for very, very beginners. They say that real change happens when there is a real, true shift in consciousness, and I agree with that, absolutely. And yet affirmations, which are short, positive statements in our own words, affirming what we would like to be experiencing in our life, affirmations done consistently and with intention can absolutely help bring about a shift in consciousness. Because anything that causes us to change how we are thinking and begin to think positively, because that's what affirmation means, this is giving way to a shift in consciousness. So if you use affirmations, if you use positive statements of truth as part of your spiritual practice, yay, good on you. Keep it up. If you don't, why not try it? Why not find a few affirmations that really kind of give you that little frisson of a chill, because you know that it's a truth. Because you know what? They may not change the world, but they're going to change you. And that is what's going to change the world. There it is, the metaphysical 12 days of Christmas. But you didn't actually think that I was just going to talk about them, did you? No. So we're going to sing it. And you're going to sing it. I'm going to sing it too, but you're going to sing it. And we're going to start at the 12 days. So we're not going to go through the whole endless song. We're going to start at the 12 days and we're going to go down. So are you guys ready? Okay, because the words are up on the screen right now. Here we go. Oh, wait, I got to get my piece of paper out here. Okay, ready? On the 12th, okay. On the 12th day of Christmas, my spirit said to me, do affirmations, help those who need it. Try meditation, strive to be patient. Know you're abundant, always be thankful. Look at the bright side, God's everywhere. Pray every day, cast out fear, love everyone. And you need to forgive and release. And so it is. Woo! Yowza! That was a fun one. I'm having fun these days. Yowza. Oliver, can you? Thanks, darling. So, another song from Amy's album. Yeah, I didn't do this just to promote Amy's album, but it is many people's favorite album, Christmas album. And this song is just one of those ones that is just going to get you right in the mood. So please welcome again Amy Bishop, Oliver Miguel, Steph Chapman, Luis Tovar, Lisa Jacobs, and there we go. Oh, wait, did I do that? Yeah.
presents, no candy, no tree, no stockings hung by the fire, no parties, no family to greet, no angels heavenly choir. But bells are ringing all over the world. Bells are ringing, calling the light. Bells are ringing all over the world, all over the world tonight. No doorways, no windows, no walls, no shelter here on the ground. No parties, no safe place to fall, just the promise of this distant sound. Bells are ringing all over the world. Bells are ringing, calling the light. Bells are ringing all over the world, all over the world tonight. Wherever you're walking tonight, whomever you're waiting for, somehow by the faintest starlight, peace in your heart is restored. 'Cause bells are ringing all over the world. Bells are ringing, calling the light. Bells are ringing all over the world, all over the world. Bells are ringing all over the world. Bells are ringing, calling the light. Bells are ringing all over the world, all over the world. Bells are ringing all over the world. Bells are ringing all over the world, all over the world tonight.
Fantastic. I was looking at the comments while that was going on and listening to the beautiful music. If you're wanting to purchase that album, you can do it on iTunes or Amazon Music, that type of thing. It's called Bells by Amy Bishop, and it's got some traditional songs and some kind of unusual ones as well. It's really quite wonderful. Please give it up to Amy Bishop and all of these wonderful folks. They are so wonderful, so marvelous. So now is the time that I get to talk about how you can support the center. Like everyone else, we are experiencing a dip in our income, and I understand that because, like everyone else, or a lot of people, I don't want to affirm that. And I know that everyone wants to continue to support the center in the best way that you know how. So there are some ways that you can do it financially, in addition to your prayer work and in addition to your participation on Sundays. It's so important. It's so wonderful to see those comments and to know that you're there and that you're participating in the service. That's the best support we can get. And if you want to support financially, you can send an e-transfer to the office. You can go to our website and donate through PayPal. You can send a check. We get checks, absolutely, come in the mail. Some people drop them off. Or you can call the office. Right now, we are not as staffed as we normally would be because our admin is out on medical leave, and I'm here sporadically. So I return phone calls for sure, and you can leave a message, and you can try to catch me or send an email. That's a good way of doing it also. So lots of different ways to support us. So let's do our conscious giving affirmation. Let's just really instill that. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow. And all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. And so it is. So now we're going to sing I Thank Love. Yeah, let's do love.
I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything. I thank love for everything.
Let's sing with love.
I thank love for everything. 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 I thank love for everything.
All righty. So just to remind you, next week is going to be the Sacred Illumination service. You want to make sure you're here. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. You also want to make sure that you have a candle available, either one that was sent to you or you have another one, because that's going to be part of the service as well. Lots of things going on. Go on the website, look at the newsletter, what everything else is going on for holiday. Okay, so here we go. We're going to rub our hands together. If everybody is feeling as energized as I am, as in love as I am, okay, you ready? We're going to send this out to the world, okay? All right, on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Love you, love you, love you. Miss you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Clicking maca is the thing to say on the bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Kalikimaka is a wise way to say Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, a very, very, very Merry Christmas to you.
Sorry, I'll do it again.
Aw, did you hear it?